of the world is that many of the so-called elongated skulls were found in that area. And while there is absolutely no question in my mind that the great majority of these skulls are the direct result of artificial head binding, meaning that our ancestors took newborn infants and they put boards around their heads to cradle board, essentially, making them, grow the heads like this. That exists, and there are skulls that were created in that fashion or in that form. However, we're also suggesting that there are other elongated skulls that, in my opinion, are in fact of extraterrestrial origin. And we actually investigated this a few years ago.
These Paracas skulls really are an incredible anomaly. Now, anthropologists, archaeologists will say, yeah, head binding and creating an elongated skull effect is a worldwide phenomenon. It's global. In the ancient mind, it symbolized or represented beauty or status or belonging, even divine power and higher consciousness. But that argument doesn't hold up at Paracas, and the reason why is because human skulls, all human skulls, have what is called the sagittal suture that runs along the top of the head. In the foreground, you see a skull, very clearly see the sagittal suture. The skull beside it does not have the sagittal suture. That suggests that it could be non-human.
Yeah, and and there may be some surgeon or neurosurgeons in here. The common explanation for these missing sutures is a process called ossification, which means over time the suture disappears with age. Okay, interesting point, and maybe that makes sense. But here's the thing, that under an electron microscope you can detect any suture there ever was. Number one. Number two, in 2017 I had the great privilege of testing one of these Paracas skulls at the anthropological department of NYU in New York City with Dr. Todd Dizatel, who at the time was the head anthropologist. And this is the skull that we tested for DNA. And the results were absolutely extraordinary, because this skull was found in Paracas, which is present-day Peru. By the way, these types of elongated skulls are not just found in Paracas or in Peru. They're found worldwide on pretty much every continent. And so we were able to extract DNA samples from the molar teeth of the jaw. And first of all, Todd Dizatel determined, because here the sutures are missing, in Todd Dizatel's expert opinion, this is the skull of a child. Okay? So the idea of ossification, whoosh, out the window. It no longer holds true in this particular case. And so then we received the DNA results back, and the DNA could not determine the sex of this individual. It could not determine the father, complete unknown, the father, and the mother was from the Middle East. What? In Paracas? So there are still big mysteries at Paracas and these skulls.
Yeah, this is truly incredible evidence, again, especially when we back it up with DNA analysis. I mean, I think we probably all agree that, even the skulls that aren't headboarded and made to look like this, it's fascinating. If you ask anthropologists, why were they doing this to their children? The standard answer is the same. Oh, well, they were doing this